In a single shift schedule, employees work a consistent set of hours each day, with one designated start time and end time for the shift. This schedule offers simplicity and predictability, making it easy to manage workloads and plan staffing effectively. Type of schedule: single shift. Name of schedule: this is the name given to the single shift schedule for identification purposes, such as day shift or morning shift. On-duty time indicates the official start time of the shift. 9:30 am. Off-duty time specifies the end time of the shift. 6 p.m. in working HRS. This indicates the minimum number of hours an employee must work during the shift. For example, if min working HRS is set to 9 hours, it means that employees must work at least 9 hours during their shift. OT start after duty. HRS specifies when overtime starts after a specified duration into the shift. For example, if overtime starts 30 minutes into a shift, any work beyond that time will be considered overtime. Beginning in 8:30 am. This marks the beginning of the window during which employees can start their shift. Despite the official on-duty time being at 9:30 am, employees are allowed to start their shift as early as 8:30 am, beginning out 10 am. This marks the end of the window during which employees should arrive for work. It's the latest time by which employees should begin their shift. Ending in 4 p.m. This marks the beginning of the window during which employees can leave the office before the official off-duty time of 6 p.m. Employees leaving between 4 p.m. to 5:59 p.m. will be considered ending out 8 p.m. This marks the end of the window during which employees can leave the office after the official off-duty time. Employees leaving between 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. will be considered late time. Employees can arrive late for their shift up to 15 minutes past the designated start time. For example, if the shift begins at 9:30 am, employees can arrive up until 9:45 am without being considered late. Arriving after 9:45 am would result in being marked as late. Early time: employees can leave work up to 15 minutes earlier than the scheduled off-duty time. With an off-duty time of 6 p.m., employees can leave as early as 5:45 p.m. without being considered as leaving early. Leaving before 5:45 p.m. would result in being marked as leaving early. Absent in: if an employee arrives later than 1 hour after the start of their shift, they will be marked as absent. For example, if the shift starts at 9:30 am, employees must arrive by 10:30 am to avoid being marked as absent. Arriving after 10:30 am would result in being marked as absent. Absent out: if an employee leaves earlier than 1 hour before the end of their shift, they will be marked as absent. For example, if the shift ends at 6 p.m., employees must work until at least 5 p.m. to avoid being marked as absent. Leaving before 5 p.m. would result in being marked as absent. Working days: select the days you will work. For example, if you want the single shift to apply to all weekdays, you would tick the checkboxes for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. This means that employees are scheduled to work on these weekdays. For half-day: if there are specific days where employees are allowed to work only a portion of the day, you would choose the applicable days from the drop-down menu. For example, if Wednesdays are designated as half-days, you would select Wednesday from the drop-down menu. Number of working hours specifies the duration of the half-day shift in terms of the number of hours. For example, if employees can work a half-day shift of 4 hours, you would enter 4 as the number of working hours. Working days: select the days you will work. If you select a day for leave within the working days, it means you will not work on that day. Weekend 1, weekend 2, monthly flexible holidays: if you have already specified your leave within the working days, you won't need to use these options. Instead, you can directly proceed to select the specific dates for your leave in the From Date and To Date fields, and then submit the shift schedule. If all days of the week are selected as working days, the Flexible in Weekend 1 option also choose any 2 days during the Weekend 1 period for leave. Flexible in Weekend 1 option: this feature allows for the selection of leave for any 2 days during the Weekend 1. It offers flexibility for leave scheduling. If employees don't have specified leave for 2 days during the weekdays, the manager can choose 1 day from the Weekend 1 option, such as Saturday, as their designated leave day. If employees don't have specified leave on weekdays, the manager can utilize the Monthly Flexible Days option to grant leave for a certain number of days in a month. For example, if employees are entitled to 3 days off in a month, they can indicate this in the monthly flexible days section. The from date and to date fields allow you to define the time frame during which the single shift schedule will be effective. For example, if you want the single shift schedule to begin on May 1, 2024, you would select that date in the from date field. Likewise, if you want the schedule to end on May 3, 2025, you would select that date in the to date field. This establishes the period during which the configured single shift schedule will be applied. Once you have configured all of the schedule, click on the Submit button to save your settings and apply the single schedule with the specified details.